land of the free, the land of opportunity, the land where dreams come true. As many of you may have guessed, I'm talking about America. These cliche lines represent what America has been in the past and what it very well could be in the future. Now America is known as the land of unemployment, the land of bipartisan gridlock, and the land of a shrinking middle class. In a recent interview with the New York Times published on July 27th, Barack Obama mentioned that the gap between income inequality is increasing and is tearing at the social fabric of the United States of America. President Obama has put the middle class at the front of his agenda, and he has concentrated policies, and he has vowed to basically go above and stretch his powers as president to go into helping the middle class with the last 1,200 days of his presidency, is basically his quote that he mentioned. According to BusinessInsider.com, and 83% of all United States stocks and bonds are owned by the top 1% of the American citizens, which means that basically the lower class doesn't really have a dollar to invest. They live in paycheck to paycheck, so they really don't have that extra money to spend, and they can't invest it, and that's part of the reason why the middle class is having trouble. In addition, in 2007, 61% of Americans were always or usually living paycheck to paycheck, as I just mentioned. And finally, Business Insider says 66% of the income growth in 2007 was in the top 1% of the country, so 99% of income just stayed the same, declined, or unemployment was increasing. The effects of the weakening and declining middle class, basically the two major ones are the retirement age is increasing or it's non-existent. People aren't retiring, they have to work until basically they're dead or they're close to it. And basically, in addition, they're not having any money to put aside for retirement because they're living paycheck to paycheck. So another source said that Americans contribute 36% or less of Americans contribute to savings fund either $10,000 or less or none at all. There are 4 ways I would recommend to save the middle class. The first would be better, higher paying jobs, better quality jobs, because 60% of the American workforce is in service sector jobs, which basically is a restaurant, fast food, places like that. And the reason for this is that there's no manufacturing jobs because of the economic recession. The manufacturing jobs aren't existing anymore, and also technology has increased, so that's taking up some of the jobs as well. And in addition, education opportunity would be my second purpose. So that would be increasing the ability for people to get scholarships, to basically go to high school, go to higher education. And the third would be tax reform, giving small businesses a break and also allowing the average American who's in the lower brackets to pull themselves up by the bootstraps, as people say, and get a chance to basically pursue an American dream. And the final point would be raise the minimum wage. And a stat by the CNN.com published in 2011 said that in 2011, the minimum wage was $3 below the average in 1968, and that is after accounting for inflation. So the middle class is a great part of the American success story and why individuals come from all over the world to make their dream happen here. Because basically they say if you can make it in America, you can make it anywhere, and you can send back money to your family. That was the American dream. But with the middle class shrinking and on the verge of extinction, it's caused for a lot of worries, and basically a lot of political politicians are basically trying to make that front of their agenda. So the dream of pulling yourself up by your bootstrap is getting tougher and tougher, and many individuals are trying every day to make it in America with no job, no improvement, and the unemployment rate is going, but it's very slow decreasing. It's very slowly decreasing, so there needs to be rapid change in America, and at the current state, we're not going to have a middle class.